Well, good afternoon. I'm doing the old UberX all day today. 5 trips. So I'm averaging $31 per trip. I've driven a lot of miles today. Let's see here. 26.8. 0.8, that's 1.6, 1.6, 2, 2.3, 2.8. So 26, 9, 59, 59, that's 119, 120, 183, 183. What the fuck? My brain here. 31.5. That's 95.8. 5.8. 155. 156.2. 157. 160. That's 190. And so therefore 210, 216.8, 216.8 miles today. I've driven a lot of freaking miles today. 216. Jesus. That's a lot of miles. So, and I've pretty much been driving most of this time. My idle time between trips really wasn't too long. Not too long. Now let's add that up. Hour and 15. Hour and 15. Hour and 15, that's 203. 203. That's 303, 310. 410, 417, 417, 429, 529. So 5.5 hours active. 5.5. So active time, it's not bad. What, today? Oh, okay, duh. Well, I guess my math was wrong. 6. Okay. Duh, that's the quickest way possible, dude, to think about it. 6 hours and 20 minutes active to 9. That's not terrible for UberX for that many miles. It's a lot of miles. So 9.5, 9.5. As the whole day, that's not that good. Pretty much. So, active time, that's good. But then when it comes to wear and tear of the car, it sucks. So, yeah, I made money. I mean, $71 in gas today. So, 70, that's 80. That's about 86. 86 bucks. East Vale. That's an opposite direction. I'm not doing that. I'm not going the opposite freaking direction, buddy. Especially for UberX. It's just like when you need to make the money, like today. That's just the way it is. I had a ride that was interesting. Interesting ride. This lady, really, really good-looking lady, kept on kept on touching me, you know, gently, you know, behind me like this. Man, dude. She kept on apologizing. But, you know, I'm not bothered by it. I'm like, dude. And she's like, I like your vibe. You know, I have to admit, I was like, the way that she was talking with me, like, personally, like, immediately, though, it's like, that's why it's weird, you know. And, yeah, especially with the physical contact, you gotta watch out. You know, because people do that. They'll, like, shower you with, like, praise and, like, you know, yeah. But I'd be lying if I wasn't, like, thinking that she was, like, trying to make a connection with me. I mean, when you're talking personal and you're, like, putting your hand gently on someone's shoulder, you know what I mean, Jesus. Especially on some topics that, like, they're private. You know, I'm an open person with what I'm open about. You know, I don't just, it's not all or nothing, you know. Talking about psychology, there's a level of what you share, you know. Let me see here what this ride is. Maybe I'm going back to, come on, buddy. Nope, not going back to Long Beach. That's what I was hoping for, was on Long Beach. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what her job was. She went to the California, no, the freaking Culinary Institute of America, which I happen to have dropped people off at. So, but I don't know if she's a cook. She didn't give me her number, and I'd be lying if I didn't think that maybe she's gonna give me her number, you know. But you know, you can't just like spontaneously give a stranger a ride and even know what transpired in the vehicle and then expect a number. You know what I mean? That's fucking madness. You know, that's crazy. Yeah. But it's funny psychology, you know. Having someone sitting behind you. Showing me a video of her family. And like kind of a real conversation, you know, with a stranger. You know, it's like, is this taxi cab confessions, you know? But yeah, it's pretty cool in a way, but weird in a way, and you know, yeah, it's strange. It's kind of like, it's embarrassing to talk about. I mean, it's not embarrassing, but it is at the same time. It's weird to talk about. Like, on departing when she left, because of what transpired, not that anything really transpired, you know. It's like I expected her to, you know, it's weird. I didn't expect a number. But yeah, it's strange. It's really strange. Social expectations and freaking, you know, yeah, it's weird. So it was an interesting ride, you know. Not a bad ride. I'm not crying about it, not complaining about it, you know, but it's just, oh, man, where was that? Oh, I'm going to have to review the footage on that. I probably would have taken it. I don't know. I didn't grab it fast enough. I don't know. I'm going to have to look back at the video. But, you know, I have a hard time looking back at my videos because I don't like seeing myself talking on the videos. I really don't. I can do it now, but I can't watch myself. Because I freaking feel awkward about myself. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So I make the video. I freaking post it. And I will respond to, and I like the comments, but I don't watch the video ever again. It's just like it's there, you know? That's the way it is. That's how I can handle the self-consciousness of putting up videos, you know? So it's an interesting conversation. So yeah, I'm not like crying about it. You know, I didn't feel harassed, and you know, I didn't mind her putting her hand on me. I mean, yeah, it's just, I wouldn't do that with every girl that comes into the car. You know, not that I didn't lay a hand on her, okay? I didn't. You know, I wouldn't do that. I didn't ask for her number. I wouldn't do that. I'm smart, you know? But that was like, that's probably how people get in trouble. You know, another driver would have probably tried to give her a hug, but you know, and then got himself in trouble. You know, I'm not, you know, like that. You know, I keep my hands to myself. You know, and I don't get myself involved in controversy. However, if she gave me her number, I would have taken it. I don't know, but then I would have thought different. You know. I'd have the cooling off period and understand that it's just a moment in time. And, you know, actually her point was right. When we were talking, she asked me if I was in a relationship. And I brought up the idea of like, yeah, how back in the day, you got to know each other gradually. You know, today it's like grocery shopping. You're on an app. It's weird. And she said that's like hyper speed. And I'm like, yeah, actually, in a way that is. You don't just like put yourself up and put all your information all at once, which is kind of ironic. The level of how sometimes people will be really personal right away. It is kind of weird, but yet it might not be personal for them. You know, it's strange. The world's a crazy place. It's not so neatly tied up in how you think. But yeah, that made me. She let me. Yeah, the entrance. She let down my guard a little bit because she told me how nice I am, or how she likes my vibe, that she can tell my vibe. Yeah, that's kind of like, it lets your defenses down. Your defenses go down on that, you know. She's like pouring some sugar on you, you know what I mean? And then adding that with the nice kind of, you know, it's easier to have, yeah, I guess, a conversation. Weirdness. Like how I got, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So, interesting spice of the day. Spice of the day, you know, an interesting ride with Uber, you know. I've never filmed rides to post online. I didn't quite feel right about doing that, so I never did it. And I wouldn't. So I never went down that route. Even with the people that might have deserved it. Well, I didn't have a dash cam at the time, and this event is one of the reasons why I never picked up the party people at bars and worked the night crowd, is specifically because of this kind of stuff. I was riding a couple gay guys in Long Beach. I didn't really know that they were gay. Not that I care. But I was minding my business, giving the ride, and I heard some weird sounds, and I looked, and the guy was sucking the guy's dick in the back of the freaking seat. I pretended as if I didn't know about it. And I let them off. And I was like, man, dude, the main reason why I didn't do nothing is because I knew that they would probably be like, well, he's being homophobic, and I'd get deactivated. And I was doing this 100% of the time, and Uber's been my main moneymaker. Of all the apps, Uber's the best. My experience. When I had that drought, because of that incident with the vehicle that got drove by somebody, and I had to go to court. Couldn't drive for Uber for it took me like 5 months to get my account back. So I was driving Lyft, and Lyft, I wasn't making the kind of money with Lyft that I was able to do with Uber. That's just hands down truth. Right. Lyft was not the same kind of money, and it wasn't the same kind of clients. I had better clients with Uber, and I had better money with Uber, by far. That's just my experience. So therefore, what the hell? All right. Rewinding here, going forward here with the gay guys. Yeah, doing crazy shit in the back that I would never imagine somebody doing that shit. I mean, if they were kissing each other in the back, I'd be like, what the heck, man? But whatever. But doing that is freaking like, what the fuck? So after that, I invested in getting the Blackview dash cam. And the Blackview is the best. I mean, hands down. It saves every video file in minute increments. Saves a world of time when it comes to video editing. The video quality is badass. In and out, you can zoom it. It's freaking good. I mean, it's the best. As you guys can see on my channel, I put my cross-country trip. I filmed the whole thing. It's on my channel. You can watch my whole trip all the way across the country on that thing, man. It's pretty awesome. And so therefore, that's why I invested in the dash cam. And even if I had them on camera, it would have been removed, because it would have been a sex act. That definitely made me want to get video footage for self-protection, to protect yourself, because you don't want to be in that situation where you kick them out and then they make a claim on you, and now you're freaking deactivated like that. Like when my friend allowed my vehicle to be used, and the guy freaking didn't stop for the cop, and here I am freaking in trouble. And that's the reason why they freaking, like, boom, out of the blue, just suspended the account, based on a report from a police officer in Massachusetts. Frick, I was making good money that week, too. I was making good money, and I was making headway on my credit cards at that time. I was making progress. So, yeah. Freaking A. So I got that Blackview dash cam. So, crazy experiences. But that's the reason why I basically would avoid the party crowd, because of the trouble. Just the kind of people that will hop in your car, like the people in Signal Hill, those 4 guys and that one girl. bringing the solo cup in the car, touching the radio, messing with the settings. You know what I mean? Just fucking being a troll. Talking shit and just being douchebags. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. Yeah, picking a couple guys up from the bar. They need to go to the bathroom. Now they want to go, almost puking in the car. Screw that shit. And it's just a small little window of shit that you deal with that crowd. That's the reason why I didn't drive that crowd. Because it's just the liability is just insane. So yeah, I've had a good experience driving for the most part because I've drove the right times and the right people. You know what I mean? You just got to be wise. Got to be wise. That's the way it is. You got to be smart. You can have a good experience doing this, and you can have a bad one. Don't put yourself in a position to be in a bad position. So, yep. It is my experience for today so far. Maybe I'll make another $50 or more, hopefully. And I'll let you go.